This is Scoreboard with Chris Titley. Powered by Swiftex. Where can crypto take you?
Hi, it's Chris Titley, and on today's episode of Scoreboard, the podcast, I'm joined by Marika Koroibete. Marika, thank you so much for being part of this series.
Thanks, Chris, for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We are sitting here on Thursday, the 5th of March, 2026. Marika, I'm curious, how's your 2026 started?
Yeah, 2026 been going well here in Japan. It's been going good so far, and been enjoying my time here in Japan.
And let's talk about your relationship with rugby. Where is it at right now?
Sort of miss rugby league a bit, but now I was more enjoying my rugby, and it's going well on the board as well.
Yeah, I must talk about that, the strain on the body, but also the strain on the mind. How have you gone about basically, understanding your mental strength as well as your physical strength? Yes,
that's the win about coming here to Japan. It's game is building here, and it's easy a bit on the body. Plus, there's not as much pressure as you go from NRL or back in Super Rugby, which I enjoy at the moment, especially with an old body like me.
Did you enjoy the pressure, the big moments, the 80,000 plus crowds?
Yeah, it's everyone's dream. Been on the big stage, as you said, 80,000 plus people, and that's what I love. I love big moments. I love playing in big crowds, and playing against the best. That's where you test yourself, and that's how confident and how you can be the best.
Speaking of being the best, you mentioned the word confident there. Are you a confident person, or are you more of a competitive person, or both?
More competitive, I think. I can be humble outside the field, and when you cross that red line, I think it's being that mentality of try to be the best against my opposition who I'm voicing, and try to push him as much as my opposition will have to be his best, and I'll try to do my best to beat him at the level.
And to be the best individual person and best player that you could possibly be, what are some of the secrets? What are some of the traits that you can share that made you such a good player?
I think it's just more people who knows me, just the way I train. It starts from training. It won't disappear in the big arena. You can be the best there. It's how you do little things right at training. The feedback, you do your homework, the feedback from all the homework that the coach gives you, you put them all together, and add mentality there as well, and that's all goes into the field. And I think that all the impact there, all around will be, I think, will make you be the best person of you are come game day.
And then you mentioned coaches there. You would have had a lot of coaches in both codes through your time. Is there one particular coach or coaching method that stood out and really resonated with you, or a person, for instance?
Yeah, as you said, I've got a lot of different coaches in my career. I think one that stood out for me is Craig Bellamy from Melbourne Storm. He just know how to get fire out of you. I think that especially before the game, in his details, and just more mental stuff that it gives you just to rev you up come game day. But before that, he does all his work before the scenes. All the preseason and all those kind of things. But when it's come game day, just the word he says, the rev up, how he know how to ignite his player.
I just want to touch on the Melbourne Storm for a second, because the club's come up in a number of podcasts about their culture, about what they've done in terms of rugby league. How would you describe your time at the Melbourne Storm and the Melbourne Storm as a club organisation?
Yeah, Melbourne Storm, it's the very successful club, as we all know. I think they brought the best out of me when I went there, to believe, to see who I really are and what kind of person I am. By the way they train, I think that's, I can see the thing that you haven't seen yourself. You see yourself through going through this precision, those training, and sort of can take your longer career, and that you've done those hard part and all those things that. Can you believe in trust in yourself, and you can conquer whatever you're coming through in life or in rugby as well?
And that switch that you made from rugby league to rugby union, do you want to describe what was going through your head at the time, and then the processes and the sort of the pros and the cons?
Yeah, at the time I was loving my time at the Storm, and I got approached from Rugby Australia to come over to rugby, and then I was, as a little kid, grew up in Fiji. I always want to try play Super Rugby, let alone play for Australia. And and that opportunity came, and the World Cup was around the corner as well. It was an easy decision to make.
As a player that has played both games, how would you describe the differences, the similarities, and also from your own individual point of view, from a player position point of view, how you coped with both games?
Yeah, as in union, for the winger is much different from league. League, you have to carry the first, second, three tackle, running through brick walls. As in union, you get more one-on-one on the sideline, and saying that in union as well, you do more running than winger in league. You did a lot of backfield kicking, and you got a license. That's what I love about union. You got a license to roam around from around the field. You do whatever you want to do. As in league, you have to sort of just stay on your wing all this time. But physicality is, I think, as a winger, it's more physical. Also through running through brick walls as a winger, but as a work rate, I think in union it's a bit harder, defense and in attack as well. So you have to cover backfield and roaming around the field. You get to do a lot of work.
And then from a winger's point of view, what makes a good winger, if you were telling some kids growing up in union, and what characteristics do you think they need to be a good winger?
I think just work ethic. You can be a winger. You can be just stay on your wing the whole game and waiting for the ball, hoping for the ball come to you. I think it's more how you want it and how you to get involved in the game. By go looking for ball, working with our nines, working with our tens, how you can get involved in the game. Close to the try line, I love go pick and go with my forwards and give them some little bit of help. I don't think so it helps, but just some of those things that just get in the game, and especially as a winger, you hardly touch the ball. Those are sort of things I would say. Just get involved, connect with a nine in a dance, just to get the ball as much as in your hand.
You are known for, as much as your offense and your attack and your flair, as well as your defense, your tackling, etc. That's reasonably unique, I would say. But what areas did you focus on? Did you try and make a conscious effort that your tackling and your defense and was of the highest standard, as well as your flair and your speed?
Yeah, I think it's some of the things that I love to do as well. I think coming from league background, we sort of love how to read those block lines and uh, all those time tackle. Um, yeah, that's something that I want to. If it's a good read, it's a good read. Make a tackle at the time. Sometimes you miss, but if you do it at training, every now and then you do your homework as well by see what kind of player, how they run and how they catch the ball. Um, it is for you to do on the game day. And by saying that, it's a matter of how your timing is right, and we'll. I hope it's rev up the play as well from those big moments. I think it's huge for a team perspective.
What's one moment of your career that you remember so vividly that was planned and executed really, really well?
Probably the tackle is not as best, but I did make a tackle. I think it's the British Cup in Brisbane against All Blacks. I don't know what it is. It probably is 18 or 17. Um, yeah, I think we 3 points up, uh, and All Blacks just score try, and they have to make a play for them to score at that last moment. I think they just shifted wide, and I saw them catching with the ball, and I just rushed up, and I knew the tackle had to be stopped, and I did. I was lucky enough to make that tackle at the time, and yeah, then after that was a turnover, then game over. I think that's one of the big moments.
And then the All Blacks you mentioned, how tough is it to play them? Some of the games that you've played against them, what makes them so good, and what can we do in the future, I suppose, to beat them?
Yeah, they're number one for a reason, mate. They attention to details are so good, and the all around the park are very skillful. They all can ball play. Their knowledge of the game. It just so good, and then it's so frustrating to play against them. You come up with a game plan. You're going to shut them down in the first 20 minutes, and they come up with another game plan. So it is, it was like, what's going on here? We try to match them with physicality, and sometimes they do other things, like they move the balls around, so you can match them with that physicality or like, yeah.
What's the mentality when you go into the week playing the All Blacks or a big game against the All Blacks? How do you think about that? Like in the past now, do you like, oh, cringe that you're going to play the All Blacks, or is it more like, okay, bring it on, we're going to have to play our best?
Yeah, during the week. It's always a good week. Watching the neighbor. You always come up with a game plan, and you want to bring the physicality and all those kind of things, not to match them, not to break them down. But as I said before, it's sometimes it works, and it seems to come up with another plan, and if you watch some of the game, it's my close first half, and we probably just win or we probably just lose, and some of the game we just go punt, and that's how they are. They just change game plan. They got plan B, plan C all over them, especially when you got the players. It's a players they got.
And I'm curious around the person that you loved playing against, the challenge, the competitiveness. Was there one particular player that you just loved marking?
I would say Titley from South Africa is one of the best wing in the world at the moment. Just lightning fast. His footwork, he just overall player, regardless his size. He just had to tackle. You don't have to wait for him. You have to go at him. If you give him space or give him time for him to do his thing, he'll be big trouble.
And we've got a sponsor in our podcast called Scoreboard, and it's SwiftX. And SwiftX is Australia's most trusted cryptocurrency platform with over 1.5 million users in Australia and New Zealand. And a question that we ask our guests as part of that sponsorship is their sporting bucket list event that they would love to attend live, an event globally in sport that you haven't attended live, Marika, that you would love to attend.
Probably Olympics. I'd love to go Olympics. Just so I probably just go see a lot of stars from all over the world. I always, I just want to go see them and watch them, especially in track and field, or basketball, or this kind of thing. It would be good.
And we also have another sponsor in Pocketsmith, and Pocketsmith is the personal finance app for the household CFO, the one keeping the budget in check, paying the bills and kicking goals. Over 80,000 Australians use Pocketsmith to track their spending, see their net worth and plan ahead. And a question that we have for our guests on Pocketsmith is do you budget? Are you a budgeter? With all the money and everything in sport, do you actually sit down and plan a budget or not?
Yes, I do. I do budgets. It's important to do this kind of thing especially when in a career in life, or just an individual, as a person. It is important for you to budget, especially so you can know the amount you use per day or per week. Especially when you have a small family, a big family too, as like mine. It's very important.
That's a great answer, Marika. Now, we've also got a partnership with the International Rugby Memes Club, which is allowing us to talk to rugby players around the world. And as part of their partnership, we've got a couple of segments that we ask our guests now. And you're the first guest, which is great. But the first question I ask is the funniest moment that's happened to you on a rugby field.
In 2020, 21, we went to Argentina. I think Michael Lupa was the captain there. Then we were playing. Probably 5 minutes to go, he probably got sent out. I think they just give him a rest, or he got pulled on a hamstring or something. And the trainer came in and told me, "Oh, Marika, I told you, tell Jack Gordon he's the captain. He's the captain now because the captain is going out." So I came in and I told Jack Gordon, I'm the new captain now.
And there you go. You're the new captain, yeah?
I'm the captain. I just kept to myself, and he looked so confused. So he believed me I was the captain, but I should told him he's the captain, but I told him I'm the captain.
Also on the rugby field, there might be some sort of words that come back and forth potentially in the heat of the moment. Good sledge.
Yeah, there's some that's all you got. Like if you make a good hit, I think made a good hit on the Tamefuna from Blues, and it was decent hit, and I thought, I got him good, and he just stood up and said, "Oh, I think that's all you got." And I was like, "Oh."
Now, Marika, I'm curious around your thinking around life after rugby, your identity. People recognise you as a rugby player, but that's not all you are. I'm curious around what you're thinking post-rugby and what you want to do.
Yeah, for me, it's just more being present more at home. Been a dad through my international rugby. I sort of travel a lot. I think it just me being a dad, and I take my kids to school, attend more school, the school stuff, which is I miss out a lot a bit, and plus been helping the kids as well, helping other kids as well at school, from go do clinic or the studying, just to a little bit to give back to rugby, and someone asked for a word of advice, especially for young kids who want to play rugby. I would love to do that anytime.
Are you excited about the future of rugby in Australia?
Yeah, where they're heading at the moment, I'm really pleased with it, and will be exciting World Cup next year. Yeah, so I think there's some things that have to be done in grassroots in rugby. It's not my take to talk about. I think it's um, for the time being, I think I hope and Australia should have a good World Cup next year.
What's one thing that rugby union has given you in your life that nothing else could give? And what's your take on rugby union and a message for those that wanting to play the game?
To go around Europe, Argentina, this kind of place. You go to the UK, South Africa. It's just something you didn't get. Didn't get an opportunity. So kids growing up in Fiji or as someone who just play rugby league, you travel there and those kind of place for free, and you given an allowance as well for those kind of contract. Is something that any kid would have loved to do in the future.
And we're in our 30th season in Super Rugby this year. How would you describe the competition and some of your memories of Super Rugby?
Yeah, it's just a memory. I just have at the Rebels, even though we're not at our top level of what we expect, but we have some good bunch of kids led who managed to go to other clubs, go overseas and make their names on their own. I think just more. I find more brotherhood, more lifetime friend. Playing against Super Rugby, playing against people that end up teammates with. I think that's something that's what's about Super Rugby here to me. As I said, make a lot of friends, especially at the Rebels.
Who's one of your funniest ever teammates?
Rob Liotta. I think he's in France now. He's a character. The funny fella, and always he always got energy, always got a joke, and I never seen him sad.
And what about your best roommate, someone that maybe you buddied up with on a tour?
Roommates, always room with this Pony. Always Pony Farmasili always love to room with me, but I don't want to be room with him because he's always snow. And he tried to impress me with bring his those machine that put on his thing to I don't know what the machine called.
It's called a CPAP. Yeah, a CPAP machine.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he always wanted to be my roommate, but I would say Filippo Dongun is for the Reds is a good roommate. Yeah.
Why was that? Just a bit good character?
No, he's pretty chill. Always make out tea after dinner. Always make out tea in the room with his biscuits and put on a movie. Bit of romantic on him. Yeah, he always does that. It's a good man. He's one of my good mates. Yeah, I love rooming with him, and we want to always do it.
And what about fun? Are you a fun person? You have fun when you play rugby union?
When it comes to off the field, it's, my character. I love this kind of thing. I enjoy my time off. When it comes to rugby, I take it to heart.
What do you do in your time off? Do you watch movies? Do you listen to podcasts? Read a book? Go to the beach? What are your hobbies?
Yeah, just go grab a coffee. I try to be able to play golf, but nah, I can't play. It's too stiff. I think I was convincing my son we have to start playing golf now, and something to do outside of after rugby, just for fun.
For you now, one final question: your the social media, the Instagram. We're going to try and get you some views. How do you go with Instagram? Are you pretty good?
Yeah, I'm pretty old school. Pretty old school with the Instagram and all those kind of things. Even was setting up the laptop today for our chat. I'm pretty no good with those kind of things. Come from the interior as a farmer as well. We're not used to all of those kind of things. Uh, yeah, sometimes I try to manage to do all those kind of thing on my Instagram and not so creative, just a story and just a photo, just put it up with no caption on it. You can have a look at. Sometimes my wife have to help me with it, but yeah, yeah. Sometimes I have to just turn off the notification. So one time you have to open it up and you can see each other. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the Scoreboard podcast today. I hope you had enjoyed the chat. Thank you for your time today and all the best in your coming journey in rugby on and off the field and with your family, and looking forward to sharing some content and supporting you where I can.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me.
This has been another episode of Scoreboard with Chris Titley. Go back and check out some of the other episodes you might have missed.